And I'm glad being here.
Excited.
I'm really, excited being at Bethany TV to share about the experience that most people don't want to share, especially after exams. There are so many people that you can find out there, and you really ask them, parents and children, and even teachers, about what it feels like when exams are released. But I'm here to share and give my view of what is supposed to be done, especially to those children that probably were expecting something, and in a way it didn't come out the way they expected, and so are the parents and schools. Thank you.
Do you get a chance to actually, before we dive very, very deep, how do you feel, especially when it comes to these different students? Because I'm looking at that diverse environment that they come in. Abamu tribes, the environments they're coming from is different. How responsive are they, especially when it comes to advice, for a start? Advice in general.
Well, thank you so much. Like the school in which I am, we have students of all walks of life.
Okay.
There are those who are coming from Uganda, there are those who are coming from our neighbors. But you get to realize that this human in all of us comes back.
Okay.
There are people who think that some category of children, once exposed to guidance and counseling, will not listen. But that is not it.
Okay.
It also depends on which approach this person who is giving the service uses. There are those people, for example, I can take the example of our friends who are coming from South Sudan. We have quite a number in our school. That those children don't want to be shouted at, for example, but if you can sit them down and talk to them, they'll listen and do what you want them to do. So I have this perception that there is no human being that cannot listen to guidance and counseling, especially if it is making them a better person. Yes.
That's incredible, because I usually believe that the stage of teenage is the biggest stage. We usually think that between when a child is still young, then they are more starting to, how should I say it? You feel like that's where the biggest work is.
Yes.
But when a child hits teen, to me I feel like that's when the work actually begins.
Exactly.
Because this person feels entitled, they feel like they've grown, they are bigger, they're entitled to opinions and stuff, and they'll have different ways of receiving information.
Yes.
Now that we have received these results, how have you prepared the children for a start? How have you been preparing them? Let's start with that. How have you been preparing them to receive their UCE results for a start? And then we can dig deeper into how we can handle that.
Well, thank you so much. One thing I want to tell everyone watching us out there, I want to get some quotation from the Bible. The Bible in Proverbs chapter 16 verse 1 says, that we can make plans, but God has the last word. I might be expecting something maybe small, but when God has something bigger for them. I want us to look at these students who are expecting, for example, a second grade and they got a first grade. And those who are expecting maybe division 1 and they got 2 or 3. So what is important here is that as a teacher out there, because these kids will have a lot of expectations. However, in preparing them to receive these exams, they must also look at how much they invested as they plan to harvest. Kubanga si kirungi nnyo muntu kusuubira kukungula nga takoze eki tasize. Oba okitegeera, Bayibuli egamba mu Galatians 6:7 nti Katonda tebamulimba. Omuntu kyasiga kyakola atya? Kyakungula. Kakati oli bw'abanga asize kitono, kitegeeza n'amakungula gajja kubeera maki? Matono. Oli bw'abanga asize kinene, n'amakungula gabeera maki? Manene. Number 2, njagala nnyo people to also understand who they are. And parents should also understand the strengths and weaknesses and abilities of their children. Because I might be expecting a lot from my child, but when I also know they are not able to get what I expect from them. Kati, for a parent, for example, who expected a first grade, and maybe this child has got division 2, it goes back to, do they understand the ability of the child? Before expecting big or small or whatever, did they first of all understand? Even schools, you know, there are those schools that will tell you, for us who are expecting 50, 60 or 70, did they do what it takes to get those results? Were the teachers in class doing the right thing? So, so okubeera ne betwagala okufuna naye ng'ekikulu kiri nti sooka oteekemu osobole okufuna ky'osuubira okufuna. Ate sooka otegeere bw'obanga oli muzadde manya obusobozi bw'omwana, because we have different abilities. Nyiza okuba nga nze amaanyi gange gali wano naye nga gwe kyonsuubiramu ng'omuzadde ali si kyenja okukola ki, si kyenja okufuna. So understand the abilities of your children. Even in schools, let us understand the abilities of our children before expecting too much or small from them. Ojja kulowooza nti omwana alina obusobozi bwe buti nga ate busukka ku ekyo ky'okola ki, ky'olowooza. Yeah.
You're right, by the way. I realize that some parents, I won't say I'm one of them.
Oh, good.
I'm not one of them, I think. But tukola chintu chimu. We look for the money, pay the fees, look for the best schools, put the kids in those good schools. And that's it.
No, it is more than that.
You actually even find you're even putting targets without necessarily doing the investment required in terms of research into omwana ye bwabanga agenda kusomera buli lunaku afuna mmeka mu kibiina mu mwenyini per subject, what is their performances. You try to come that kind of investing research. I am okay with a parent setting a target for their child, but it goes back to what I told you. Yeah. Nti soko otegeera omwana wo n'obusobozi bw'alina kijja kuyamba okusettinga target ejja mu busobozi bw'akola ki bw'alina. Number 2, it is more than paying school fees. Kiringa nga bw'ona osimba ensigo naye nga togifukirira. Ate okufukirira kwawukana. Kubanga oyinza okuba nga omusadde ogamba nti after all I am paying the school fees. True. I am buying all they need to be at school. It is more than that. Because once we are at school as teachers, twogera n'abaana bano, but ebigambo ebisinga obukulu ennyo omwana batayinza kwerabira byebigambo by'omuzadde. So for those parents that will say I am paying school fees and they end at that, era ojja kwesanga nga waliwo kagaapu awo. Well, we do the parental work at school. But this biological parent is most important. Because this child knows, abasinga batugamba nti master, after all, me after here I will leave you here and I will go back home. They even don't think of meeting us again in life. Yeah. But look at a situation where I have a child, you have a child, they're at school, and when you come, for example, me and you, the parent and the teacher meet and talk to them, they will know, yes, I'll disappoint the teacher, but I cannot disappoint my parent. Why? Ananda batya mu nyumba oba buli kiseera nga yanteekamu sente ze ate nenkola ki disappointing. So the most important thing that a parent has to do after paying the school fees, you come to school, make follow up on your child. Try to call the class teacher. Talk to those teachers that are attending to the child. If you want to reap what is good from where you are sowing, that has to be done. Amazing. There's something that I've always found intriguing.
Yes.
I don't want to say that. I don't know if it will be overwhelming the teachers. Though I feel like it's something that would be essential. Ola bogenda mudwaliro nga okoze a test and you're going to get results. There's a way they prep your mind. Yeah. And I feel like that is something that we also need. Yes. Though technology has come and now you find results, you just use your phone and immediately you have your results. But I feel it would be essential to prepare these youngsters, including their parents. Yeah. Have a one-on-one conversation with them prior to giving them the actual results. Do you feel like this is something that can actually work in terms of calming the unexpected? To once they've had this chat prior to the results, then there is a way that it calms them and they don't mentally get shocked of what has transpired.
Yeah, it is very important, so much important, because we've seen children that end up, say, doing something bad to themselves because of getting what was not expected. But this is my point of view. And I want parents and children to understand this clearly. Nti ebigezo bino abaana ebakola si bye ebyenkomeredde ku ky'omuntu kyasobola okukola mu bulamu. Omuntu aba ne domains 3. Oyo gye tuyita cognitive domain, waliwo affective and psychomotor. Cognitive is basically testing your ability to remember, which UNEB does. Kakati omwana okufuna 4th grade oba 3rd grade nga tafunye first oba second tekitegeeza nti talina busobozi kola bintu ki birala. There are those other things that child can do ng'akozesa emikono. Ekyo kimu. Secondly, omwana okufuna 4th grade oba 3rd grade ng'obadde osubira first grade oba second grade tekitegeeza nti kubanga tafunye 3rd grade oba 4th grade nti talina busobozi bwayo. Lwaki? Take an example of omwana amaze mu ssomero lya secondary emyaka 4 asomye the CRE that I teach for 4 years. Kati omwana oyo agenda kubeera expected to answer all the CRE they have been studying in 4 years in only 2.5 hours. Nga n'ebibuuzo byagenda okuddamu si abyerondedde at will, wabula bamuwadde questions nga 15 nga ajjako 5 by'oba okola ku ebyo bye tukuwadde. Wabula singa omwana ono aba aweereddwa omukisa nti out of all the CRE you have studied for the 4 years kolayo questions 5 ze wasinga otegera mu CRE yenna tukuwe max. Yandifunye mmeka?
I see excellence everywhere.
That is what I mean. Nti let us not judge these kids basing on these results. That because somebody has got a 4th grade or 3rd grade nti ekyo it makes us conclude nti omwana oyo talina busobozi atasobola kubeera successful. Nedda. Eri omuzadde eyabadde disappointed by these results nga gwabadde osubira 1st grade oba 2nd grade nakyogeddeko nti sooka weebuuze wateekamu ekimala. Did you water the results?
True.
Did you feed this animal before expecting milk? Kubanga n'ekyo kikulu. Waliwo okubanga expectations ziri waggulu naye ng'ate kyotaddemu kitono. Bw'obanga wabikola omwana ye wamutegeera. Because waliwo omuzadde ajja kugamba nti nze byonna nakola ki nabikola. Fees nazisasula omwana namuwa buli kyayagala naye era byakoze ki. Exactly. Trip n'ensasula eziriyo n'ezitakola ki n'ezitaliiyo. However, omwana ye wamanya obuso. Did you take time to sit down and talk to your child and understand what their abilities are? Did you set targets that you also feel they can achieve? Kuba waliwo omuzadde okusetingira omwana target naye nga naawe olaba nga tasobola kukola ki? Tasobola gifuna. So it is an interplay of so many factors. Then back to school. Did you try to make follow up on the school where your child is? Kubanga abazadde abamu balowooza nti okuteeka omwana ku ssomero kimala. Naye kyetaaga nnyo omuzadde obuvunaanyizibwa n'otwala step n'ogendako ne ku ssomero n'omanya omwana ali atya, omwana asoma atya, because you are paying money. You need to go and find out essomero lyentaddemu omwana lina facilities ezinamusobozesa okuyita ebyo byonna. It is an interplay of so many factors. Ye omwana baani mikwano gye? Whom does she hang out with both at school and when she's at home? Because abagezigezi batugamba nti what we are is as a result of the people that we hang out with, those people that are around us. Kati ojja kwesanga nga yesu omwana wo bw'obanga wooli ewaka akulaga nti mulungi naye ng'ate ku ssomero emikwano gy'ali musaako gy'atambuliramu y'abantu abatakola ki abatasobola muyamba kutuukiriza ki kirooto kye. I always tell people n'abavubuka that one important thing in life that all of us have to look at is having a vision. There's somewhere where the Bible says that without a vision the people perish. Kati omwana ono kubanga omwana bw'abeera mu ssomero ng'asoma naye nga talina kiruubirirwa n'omuntu yenna mu bulamu bw'obeerawo nga talina kiruubirirwa, you cannot have your effort invested anywhere. Kubanga tolina kyokola ki kyokolerera, tolina kikupushinga kukola. Kati n'abaana mu masomero ekyo nkibagamba always that when the term is beginning kati nga tamu bwetandise tulina bacandidates ab'omwaka guno. I always tell them to set a target for there. Nti omwaka guno njagala kufuna 1st grade. kakati first grade ewe mala okusetting a target, I'm not going to sit back
what is required?
and begin believing God for the first grade. I have to look around for what I have to do in order to achieve or to reach where I want to go. So bingi nnyo ebiyinza okujja wakati awo naye nga it is not the end of the road. There's still light at the end of the tunnel.
Amazing. Well, this is a very interesting topic, and it's something that we find ourselves really battling to set up your goals that you've set. You expect those goals to come because you feel you've invested what is required, and then time comes and you get something totally different. So we'll continue after the break.
Okay.
Focus on Healthy Morning. Bethany TV for Health. Exciting news for all viewers of Bethany TV. Bethany TV, the premier health TV channel in Uganda and Africa, and also your favorite TV station, is now on Star Times. You can now watch Bethany TV day and night, weekdays and weekends on Star Times, channel 271. Catch your favorite programs on health, wellness, entertainment, and so much more. Bethany TV is also available on free-to-air, GoTV, YoTV, Airtel TV, and Afro mobile apps. Not forgetting online via our website www.bethanytv.ug and social media platforms at Bethany TV UG. Bethany TV for Health. Showing on Bethany TV.
Why do we get sick?
That lack of knowledge it's a very, very big problem.
What can we do to avoid becoming sick?
From hospital and you're fine, you don't disappear. Come back after 6 days. We do an assessment. How is your blood pressure? How are you doing? How are you coping up with motherhood?
Here's an opportunity to learn about some of the common illnesses and how to avoid them.
Don't overuse your knee joint.
Buli muntu yenna alina obulwadde obwa diabetes, obwa pressure, yetaaga eye check-up.
Get all your health questions answered by a health expert.
Only on the new series of Health and Wellness. Every Saturday, 8 p.m. live on Bethany TV with your host, Dorothy Ainembabazi. Showing on Bethany TV.
Having a miscarriage can be devastating, but having one after another is often a very traumatic experience. If you have had 3 or more miscarriages in a row, you should be referred to a specialist unit dedicated to managing recurrent miscarriages. But what causes recurrent miscarriages? What care plan is in place after miscarriages recur? These and more questions to be answered this Saturday on A Journey to Motherhood with Teacher Zita.
Showing on Bethany TV.
Conscious, found face down in the mud.
On my count, 1, 2, 3.
Hypnotic on scene with improved recessioning.
Son of a bitch! What? You killed Drew!
I'm gonna read you those vows that I still have to write.
I love you.
Share my crackers.
I don't like crackers.
Well, what do you like? We'll order it up.
Don't understand how this happened. I mean, I was just trying not to poison my kids.
Code Black every Thursday and Friday at 9 to 10 p.m. with repeats Mondays and Fridays 11 to midday. Are you looking for a platform to advertise your business and boost your sales? Bethany TV got you covered. Take advantage of our introductory rates and maximize your leverage for brand awareness, advertising, product launching, live coverages, activations, and so much more. For booking and more information, contact our sales team on 0785 576 269. Bethany TV for Health. Every day at lunchtime, we bring you back-to-back inspirational music videos. You request your favorite gospel music video and we play it on the playlist. To request, go to our socials, Facebook, Bethany TV UG, and Twitter at Bethany TV. Like and follow, then type the name of the song in the comment section of the playlist post of the day by midday and just relax. Bethany TV, for health. Bethany TV, for health. Focus. Focus on healthy morning.
Welcome back. It's very exciting that we have gotten to have our wonderful students, children, precious Jill, moving from O level to A level. Now that is something that we're discussing, and we know there's so many expectations that we've set, and we have gotten either extraordinarily good results or extraordinarily shocking results. And for those that have been with us, we have dug deeper. Obadde okola ki gwe ng'omuzadde? Ensigo eyo gy'osize ogi have you done all the marination, either everything? N'ogirabirira bulungi okumaking sure that we actually get what you have been expecting. Tuline Teacher Bright Grace. Erinnya lye linsanyusa jakwera nga ndyogera. Bright makes the area brighter. Curriculum twagikyusizaamu. Because now this has happened, results tuzifunye, tubaddeko old curriculum, tuyingizaawo empya.
True.
How applicable is this new curriculum?
Actually, I want to, something I didn't say about the old curriculum. Abaana abatudde ebigezo bya senior form mwaka oguwedde be bakomekereza curriculum enkadde era twagala obayozaayoza. But there are those children that did not get a chance of sitting for those exams and they have never been exposed to the new curriculum. Waliwo n'abamu nga tebakoze bulungi nga their parents want them to repeat.
True.
I think there is an opportunity that was given to them by UNEB nti omwaka guno around June or July they are going to sit for those exams, so they should not worry that much. Omukisa ogwo weeguli. However, they are not going to sit from their centers, from the schools. They are going to be gazetted places across the country where those kids are going to sit those exams from.
It's incredible.
So omukisa ogwo bakozese babeere nga abamisinga okutuula ebigezo omwaka oguwedde for one reason or the other, ne bano abaakoze naye nga tebyazze nga badde basuubira, they have a chance to repeat those exams. I am not the right person to be communicating that, but UNEB said it.
Yeah.
So they will get more information later as we go on. Now, we are moving into something new.
True.
And as we speak, so many stakeholders have not understood where we are going. Ensoma ebaddewo ebadde nnyo theoretical. Fenga abali mu ssomero tukitegeera nti tubadde omusomesa ye buli kimu. Ng'ojja mu kiraasi omwana n'alinda gwe ky'ogenda okwogera.
Ky'omugambye kyekyo takyusaamu.
Kugamba wabeddewo n'endowooza nti omwana talina ye kwerowooleza. Omwana talina ky'amanyi, which we demystify.
True.
Currently ensoma eriwo eno etanategeereka bulungi mu bantu ewanya omwana omukisa okubeera creative, okubeera critical thinker, okuba nti bw'aba amaliriza okusoma ayinako ekintu ky'asobola okwetandikirawo dani okunoonya omulimu.
It's amazing.
Era singa abantu baba bakitegedde bulungi ejja tuyamba nnyo okukendeeza ku bbula ly'emirimu eri mu ggwanga. Okugeza kati ennaku zino waliwo kye tuyita DIT in schools. Nti omwana agenda okuva mu ssomero nga yina n'ekintu ky'asobola otandikawo. Edda abantu balowoozanga nti okusiba enviiri, okubakinga cakes and bread and so on, ebintu nga photography bino benjogako waffe tubikola n'ebirala ebiringa ebyo nti by'abantu bataasoma. But I want to challenge you. Okimanyi nti ku kibuga wano we tuli omukyala asobola okukkiriza okulya ebinyeebwa n'ebijanjaalo naye ng'omutwe we gulabika bulungi.
Kituufu.
But how many people think about that? Kati omwana mu kayikywamu eno empya gye tusoma nti omwana yeerowooleza nnyo ne mu kiraasi ffe abasomesa era njogerera abasomesa bonna abali eyo nti tetukyakola bye twakolanga. You go to class naye you introduce what learners are going to share about, you become a facilitator. Otya obawa topic nti tugenda kwogera, for example tugenda kwogera ku worship, kukusinza Katonda. These kids have ever worshipped God. They go to church. Some of them could be coming from families where their parents are church leaders. They know what worship
Some
is.
actually want to go in that direction, but they don't know how to start.
Exactly. Kati ffe kye tubadde nga tukola emabega eno nti gwe omusomesa gwamanyi worship wekka. So you go with their content, you begin giving it to them without giving learners chance to speak out their experiences and what they know. Kati ate mu nsoma eno empya nti omwana you throw a challenge to them, you begin getting ideas. Ate ogenda okulaba nga ideas ze baleese nungi nnyo era nga zitwala mu maaso. Kati mu kyo tunoonya ki nti we are creating and trying to have people that can think critically in case of any challenge. Nti you throw a challenge and they they look for a solution. So nga ate luli we have been the problem solver all the time. Nti omusomesa aba tamanyi n'omwana tamanyi ng'omwana asobola n'okuleeta. I want to give you an example. I was sharing with an examiner a few years ago. N'angamba nti there was a number that was set in UNEB of SST. Bali babuuza abaana who the head of the family is. Literally omuntu yandibadde agamba nti the head is the father. Naye abaana bawandiika and every answer that was written was marked correct.
Incredible.
They were writing out of experience.
Yes.
Nti nze nva mu family nga mama is the head. So you are asking me about the head of the family and I will write exactly and they were all marked correct. So kati twagala okuva ku nsomesa eri nti omuyizi talina kyamanyi tudde ku nsomesa nti n'omwana ono alina kyasobola okukola era asobola okulowooza challenge omuwadde n'agisolvinga. We are now aiming at creating avenues for problem solving where we are coming from. In fact, a relevant education system is that education system which avails people that are receiving it with an opportunity to solve the challenges surrounding them. So that is where we are heading to.
And I think that's a very beautiful thing. I'm looking at on data documents about people like the Chinese.
Yes.
Those places that we admire that have progressed extraordinarily when it comes to technology.
That is how they started.
Abana babera mu bibiina nga buto. I've seen some TikTok content where you have children as young as 4-5 years bali mu kufixinga ba building how they call bird houses.
Exactly.
They are constructing small beds. They are fixing watches, and I think it intrigues the mind. Bagamba omwana omuto aba akyali mu stage ya teenagehood.
Exactly.
Their mind is too active. It has so many different ideas.
Kati byogerako ebyo waliwo some component of this new curriculum called the project work.
Okay.
Kati omwana bamuwa challenge to solve a problem through a project that you look around where you're staying. Nja kuwa ekyokulabirako nti in some school balina problem ya amazzi mu compound ng'enkuba bw'etonnya wabeerawo ebisooto. Kakati the head teacher went to senior one n'abagamba nti senior ones using the knowledge of mathematics where you studied about figures and lines and measurements, how can you use that knowledge of mathematics to help us solve this problem that we have in the compound? Abaana kigambibwa nti bakozesa amagezi ge baafuna mu topic eyo okwadvising a head teacher that no, we can get pavers and do what? And solve that challenge. When you look at a paver, there are measurements.
True.
There are lines joined. It is a shape. So they are using the knowledge of mathematics to have a problem solved. oba okiraba
Yeah.
so nga ate luli kibadde kikwetaagisa ate omwana oyo avudde nowadays by the way we are no longer having school dropouts.
Incredible.
We are having early leavers. Nti omwana aba amaze okufuna skill ng'eyo ne bw'aba akomye mu senior 2. I'm not encouraging that students should stop at senior 2 or 3 and drop out of school. Naye kati omwana bw'aba awuliranga knowledge gy'afunye asobola ogya applyinga to live a decent life. Ne bw'aba avudde mu ssomero, they are not a loss.
True. And I'm looking at a parent who is critically struggling to keep this child in school, and this child comes with a business idea that a parent can support and even be part of.
True.
Well, what was that, Dabamunga? We are so taken up with getting jobs in offices.
Yeah.
And the jobs that we're doing in offices, we're getting peanuts.
True.
Omwana najja nagamba naye lwaki tetukola kino nayize how to bake. Okay, kalenda gaako. Omwana nakuyisa through stages and you're like, wow, this is incredible. And you find yourself venturing into that and moving into a
And I want to encourage schools. Maybe I can talk about my school shortly.
Yeah.
Ewaffe tulina, like starting this year, we have a package for our learners. There are those learners that might not have interest in those other things of baking or what. But there are these other aspects that we can look at. We can go extracurricular. We even have in our school what we call supercurricular.
Okay.
There are those learners who, for example, God has talented with football or netball, badminton, swimming. Now, I want us to take a quick look at our country, Uganda. The ones we are calling celebrities, they are those people that have exploited their talents.
True.
Kakati edda abantu balowoozanga era n'abazadde ndi omu ku abazadde baagaananga okusamba omupiira naye nga ate nali ngumanyi nnyo. But my parent was like, you know what, you have to read. Naye singa omuzadde wange yampa omukisa, for example, nemba nga nsobola okuza ekitone kyange, maybe I would be somewhere else by today.
Sure.
So kati n'amasomero ng'ogyeko ekyogamba nti omwana tamanyi kuzina oba tamanyi kola ki, there are those other things that they can do.
Yeah.
Bawo omukisa agendeko mu kisaawe. Here in Uganda, even across the world, abantu batusinga okuselebratinga, there are those who have exploited their talents.
Sure.
Kati ng'omuzadde ali eyo ng'omwana alina ekitone kyonna muleke akikuze. You never know. That might be their future.
True. And children are always thinking of different things.
Yes.
So such kind of opportunities grant them to really engage themselves and know their strengths and weaknesses. This is something that I hope all the viewers out there are actually thinking about it critically and saying, omwana wange muyambye ntya okwachivinga half what they want to achieve, half my time that I've achieved it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's crucial. We are more of stewards for them because we've been exposed and we are yet to even give them grand advice. Things that we feel we could have done in our early stages, and they have the chance to do them. Just to pose a question, how should I call it receiving is this to the parents? I'm assuming you've had time to interact with parents, to introduce this to them and tell them this is the direction we're going as the academic world. And how is their response? Are they receiving it excited, or are they rebellious and saying, mwanange muyigirize binasoma nange?
Well, Rome was not built in a day.
True.
For us to say that parents have truly understood what we are now doing in school, it is a milestone. It is gradual. However, they are positive.
Incredible. That's good.
And these parents need to understand that we have now shifted from the old way of teaching, which has been emphasizing theory, back to similar to what was here traditionally. Ensomesa eno gye tuliko kati eyagala kwefaananyizaamuko n'ensomesa yaki yedda nti kati omuntu agenda okuva mu ssomero ng'ali complete nga ne baba takozesezza mpapula ze alina ekirala kyasobola okukola ki okukola. And literally that is what any parent would want to see in their child. Nti omwana, because ekireetedde obuzibu nti abantu balowooza nti emirimu osobola ogifuna okuyita mu mpapula kwokka. However, you can also start your own using your talent, using that skill you have got from school. So kati abazadde mu ntandikwa ya kino, they used not to understand.
Okay.
But as we went on, because it's now 5 years since the new curriculum was introduced, it came in 2020. This is 2024.
Wow.
So for a school that has not been involving parents, they still have challenges of them understanding what this means.
Yeah.
But for schools that have been engaging parents, because they needed to be engaged and told what to do and where we are going. Because abaana kati baddeyo waka ne basaba ebintu ebataasabanga edda. Bali basabye ku ssomero nga bye birina okukola ekyo kye bakola kye basoma. Kati omuzadde bw'abanga if you didn't prepare them for that, it becomes too hard for them to provide. However, to those that have got a chance of being engaged on the same, the response is positive.
That's good.
Because just imagine, you told me in the beginning that now utobitegeera bulungi. But after this talk, are you the same?
I've grasped a lot. Actually, there are certain things that my daughter of recent just completed P7.
Oh, yeah.
But when they were still at school, there's a time they would send them with projects. Simanya ate farm work. Ntandika okunonya emikwano gyange. Ani alina ku farm walange bamugamba nti akole budget of how to maintain a cattle farm.
Kitegedde.
Netaga kugiriisa biki. It's overwhelming. What are we? I actually appreciated it. I was very recipient of it. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. A child gets to appreciate some of these things. They for granted. I just have to have cows. And they don't get to understand.
And the parents should be very careful. Abaana bagenda kukola ebintu ewaka. There are those things that we dump at home, those empty bottles, those boxes. Kati abaana babasomesezza nti n'ebyo byolabanga ebisuuliddwa, what is considered a waste, something can be made out of it. Era bw'olaba omwana ewaka ng'akuŋŋaanya obucupa nga don't begin thinking nti atandise kukola mulimu gwa kuŋŋaanya bucupa. There's something they can get, they can make out of, they can recycle and make so many things out of.
You've reminded me of something that I saw. I think it was a project where they were building latrines for communities using bottles.
Yes.
As a Taka, and it's believed this is something that is not going to decompose anytime soon.
That is it.
So that means it can hold a structure for over 50 years.
That is where we are going.
Yeah.
So kakati twagala abazadde bembracing ekintu kino with a lot of positivity. It's going to help a lot. It's going to reduce on the unemployment. It's going to create a complete person. Omuntu nga ne bw'abanga tafunye mulimu ng'akozesa mpapula okuva mu ebyo by'asomye, there's a way out. There's another opportunity for them to live.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is very interesting. And I believe omuzadde ali eyo curriculum ogitegedde. Mwana wajja nakusaba simanyi bangambye noonye empiso doga iyi abantu bakyatunga ebitambaala. Munnage, it's something that is aimed at making sure that we equip our children with the necessary skills because we're raising adults.
Yeah.
That means in about when they're 18, 20 years of age, you're expecting them to start venturing out of your space so that you actually enjoy your years. Instead of kubeera nga ate oli muntu mukadde ate omwana akyakuli ku lujja akulemeddeko yakusaba transport yakusaba emmere yakusaba buli kimu. The aim is to make them impactful in the community. People of value. Abatuzimba. It might by the time we reach our 40s, 50s, we're actually enjoying our age, our old age.
Exactly.
One thing that that I wanted us to discuss as we close, but our time is well spent, is in regards to mental health.
Yeah.
Abana bano, we overwhelm them with expectations. And also them, they have their own set expectations based on what they have viewed by say through primary, by the secondary, and they have built already a certain framework of life. How best can we mold them? Now this is on the side of the parents, the teachers, and also the child. How best can we be able to mold each other so that our mental health is not shocked by the things that keep changing in life? Because change will always be there.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why even there's a clear phrase that says, aim for the moon and at least land in the
on the stars, yes.
So what kind of advice can you give to these three entities?
Well, like I said right from the beginning, that much as some parent is busy and they're planning for their child, I want them to be ABC. Just like you said, this child is also planning something out.
Yeah.
And in most cases, children can plan based on their abilities. Kati omuzadde abeerawo nga ye ayagala omwana afune kino naye nga tasoose kumanya busozi we bukola ki we bugwa. Bw'oba olina expectations zo ng'omuzadde, ask your child to also make their expectations. Kati ng'abaana abagenze mu senior 4 P7 or senior 6 mubuuze muwala wange wa mutabanyi wange, what is it that you feel you can get out of the class you've gone to? Yakubuulire naawe olina ky'omusuubiramu naye alina kyakola atya kyasuubira. Let the two of you come to a consensus, mukanye, so that whatever comes out, you all agreed on it. There must also be an allowance of things happening the way you didn't expect them to happen. Because these are real life things that happen. Kati oyinza okulowooza nti obadde olowooza nti omwana n'akola kino ate n'akola ki, ebyo byonna mubyetegekere, because like I said in the beginning that we make plans, but you do not know what God's plan is. So kati goyinza okuba nga obadde osuubira omwana n'afuna B, ebyo byonna mubyogereko at the early stages, so that by the time things come out without, I mean, when the way you didn't expect them to be, you are not shocked. Kubanga abazadde bangi, they even develop so many complications as a result of not preparing themselves and their children for the unexpected. So kitandikire eno nga mukyogerako after understanding the abilities of your child, and two, after also understanding the environment in which they are. Kubanga mulimu ne environments ezimu ng'omwana alina obusobozi naye nga gy'omututte ky'omagamu tagenda kukola ki? I've seen parents who are so much on their children. Actually, a few days ago I was interacting with some senior 2 girls in my school. This girl was telling me yayagala photography because we have that in school as well. Kati nga ye muzadde wa mugamba nti njagala okole art and craft. Kati nga ali awo, master, I want to do this and go for what mom wants. And I was asking her, did you sit down with your mother to agree on what to do first and what to do later? They have never sat. So kati gap we wakati w'abazadde n'abaana, it is one thing that is creating what we are now seeing mu bazadde. Nti mbadde nsuubira kino ate nfunye eki? Nfunye ekirala. Wabula if it is bridged, n'olaba nga omuzadde ali close to their child n'omwana ali close to their parent, ne bakkaanya, they agree on what to do, ojja kulaba nga ebyo byonna ebituukawo nga results zizze naye nga zizze omuzadde tizabadde asuubira byonna bigwawo. There's need for them to blend. There's need for them to talk to one another and understand each other.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Teacher Bright, Grace. Omuzadde okibulidde, nange nkiwulidde, being a parent, that it's very essential to be able to communicate with your child.
Yes.
Mutuule, mukanye, mwogere. By the time a child is about 13, 14 years, they have already started drawing plans.
True.
They know what they want. They feel they're actually certain. Now you as a parent is to help them be able to align kyenkola ddala kiri appealing in terms of good or kigenda ku developing a bad. And then once you have that, Teresa, when it's good, support. Pachota chimusula. Bwabanga techigenda musula in a situation where later life egenda omukalubirira, then make sure that you are actually there in the space. Don't treat them like as though baana bato tebategeera tebamanyi kye baagala. They are supposed to just follow. These wonderful young gentlemen and ladies have already started drawing plans. They know exactly what they want. Support them, understand them, and then when things come out differently, still support them, because they still need you as a parent and you need to be in that space.
Yeah.
It was health focus. We were talking about managing your unexpected and then also knowing our way forward. Yeah, a beautiful day.
Focus on Healthy Morning.